Howdy, you beautiful bastards. Welcome back. Speed. I am Speed. Lightning McQueen, Keto Green. Going fast has been a very human thing to do. Since the dawn of time, being able to go Mach 7 has been a great desire of the human race, to the point that we invented things that can help us travel faster. One of these things being cars. Oh yeah. Cars have become one of the most profitable commodities in the world, with some of the most major companies in the world being car companies that push the needle forward in terms of technological advancement and bringing greater safety to our world. We don't intend to do that. Profit. Introducing 𝕲𝕽𝕴𝕸𝕲𝕺 Wheels for Deals, the best second-hand car dealership in the world, or about to be. Because in Total War Warhammer 3, the only way to get to the top is by beating the holy hell out of your enemies. So with the possibility of facing the evil forces of chaos, the literal homeless undead, and a whole lot of very big green fellas, certain annihilation seems absolute, but not for this car dealership. Okay, let's go. As we load into the world, we take a look at our surroundings. We are introduced to the sack of meat that is 𝕲𝕽𝕴𝕸𝕲𝕺 Goldtooth. You see, the unique prospect of the ogre clans is that their settlements suck and are basically useless. You only get 4 building slots and even capitals can't do much. But what most see as financial burden, I see as genuine profit. However, before we can start our economic empire of selling used cars, we have to secure our surroundings, which involves turning the local car dealership to paste. This isn't that hard, as the ogres have a unique mechanic in which by beating the ever-living snot out of the rival dealership, forces them to turn into an employee. Also, with the help of a couple lore-accurate mods, we can turn 𝕲𝕽𝕴𝕸𝕲𝕺 Goldtooth into the 𝕲𝕳𝕴𝕸𝕲 he truly is. After securing my local province and making peace with the local virtually challenged man, I made my way down to expand my automobile empire. That's when I saw the local homeless population had made their way up to me. Now, usually having to deal with swarms of undead, ghouls, killer bats, and a very undead homeless man would usually have you looking more dead than the zombies themselves. However, let me show you a hidden in-game secret known as auto-resolve decisive victory. After securing the first settlement and absolutely ramming through the second army's kneecaps, getting the next settlements resulted in a bowling ball of catastrophic caloric size. I'm just like such a small inch away, 𝕲𝕽𝕴𝕸𝕲𝕺, just move your fat ass. With barely any casualties. Barely. We went as far as getting their major settlement and burning it to ash like the humans from Avatar. As I went toward their last settlement, I realized the rival dealer had suddenly appeared. Kugath is the patron of a god with a larger gut than mine, and has a much more cooler throne than me. Looking at him makes me feel insecure of my own gut, and so the only way to deal with that is by beating the ever-living snot out of him. This will take a lot of scheming and taking my time, as bum-rushing him with a half-baked army is not what you want to— Oh, well, you look at that, he declared war on me. Now, usually having to deal with 2 armies and a settlement wouldn't be good for my undercooked army of buffet barbarians. However, here we introduce a sneaky little trick I've been keeping in my sleeve. 𝕲𝕻𝕻𝕻 Goldtooth is a very unique legendary lord, not only in his looks, but also in his unique legendary lord ability, Tyrant's Demands. You see, with the power of 𝕲𝕻𝕻𝕻 Goldtooth has access to a wide range of unique abilities. He can steal your vacuum cleaner, shoot out your kneecaps, or develop a parasocial relationship with your city. One of these abilities being literally paying off your enemies to fuck off. Who would win, your army or my ogres? I think we both know how that played out. On top of that, to help with my escapades, I hired another mechanic to help expand my automobile empire. Now, what kind of name is that? Your name will be Burger. I started building up Burger's army and slowly but surely eradicated the rest of Kugath's lands until I had finally unified the coast. Finally, peace. Most of my borders are finally secure, and the south is growing. I'm sure I don't have anything to worry about now. Grimgor Ironhide is by far one of the scariest monsters a player has to deal with. Not only is it the fact that he is one of the strongest legendary lords in the game, he is also green. This is not like a racist joke, right? Green skids have some of the best units in the game, but on top of that, they are very good at making cars. They are so good at making cars, they have a whole game about it. Like, what the heck, man? They are also really good at American football. Dealing with Grimgor will take a lot of figuring out, as simply bum-rushing him will end very terribly for us. So first things first, we buy a settlement. Second thing second, we don't actually fight him. Like I said, Grimgor Ironhide is one of the scariest legendary lords in the game, so actually fighting him is like giving an inhaler to someone with stage 4 lung cancer. Chances are, you won't be really doing much. So, with that being said, we do the second best thing, we run away, and employ the help of the Chinese. You see, the main reason it's great playing 𝕲𝕻𝕻𝕻𝕻 Goldtooth is that with the help of the cars that we have acquired, the Chinese are very interested in getting into the electric vehicle market. So whatever car we give them, They will not only send us a lump sum of a ridiculous amount of money, but also want us to become diplomatic allies. Trade offer: you give me 8,000 gold, your undying loyalty to protect me against my enemies, the full weight of China, the strength of the 7th ranked strongest nation in the world, and I give you a half-baked settlement. Seems like a good deal. I made this deal 12 turns ago, so if anything goes wrong, Grimgor declared war on me. Immediate declaration of war would usually have Grimgor tear my pants down in half, and we'd be having a very, very inappropriate mechanic roleplay. However, with some savvy business tactics, this car can go from Greece's automobile straight into government-owned Chinese car. With the Chinese now having a stake in this war, they start sending their armies to deal with Grimgor. With the entire might of the Chinese nation, I'm sure we will just do. Oh wow, Zhao is dead. Well, that doesn't mean very good. Seeing the entire nation of the western province go from the 7th strongest to 51st was a very traumatic experience. It made me really question whether or not I was cut out for this automobile lifestyle. Coming from behind, I saw that Xiaoming had sent another army to deal with Grimgor's other settlement. But what the fuck is Ning-Wei gonna do? Who the fuck even is Ning-Wei? So I slowly made my way up to deal with Grimgor myself. To be honest, I was extremely nervous. Knowing that Grimgor would take that settlement, then go for me next, was extremely nerve-wracking. Only God would know what would happen next. What? What? But in a shocking turn of events, Ning-Wei killed Grimgor. I'm just as shocked as you are. You see, I was so surprised by this, I didn't even notice it during my original recording. It was only until I checked the recording again, I saw the little purple highlights of a battle won around Ning-Wei. Ning-Wei kills the legendary Lord Grimgor. Well, moving on. Now begins the best part of the used car business. Repo. With Grimgor dead, this only means more profit for us. But before I explain how to do that, firstly, just like the best businesses do it, everything goes into marketing. You remember the settlement I bought a couple turns ago? Since I've given the cars Amble Peak and the Valley of Horns over to Zhao, he'll be back, I'm sure. But I sold it to him for a hefty price. Zhao's much more willing to get Carrick's Zorn since it finishes his car collection. Trade offer: I get a car you've been building up for the past couple of days, and 25,000 gold, and you get my half-baked settlement. Seems like a good deal. And so back to the original business plan. Repo. Repossession is one of the best parts of the used car business because it means taking back the car and selling it for even larger margins. It is what can turn us from a level 1 Ogre Bull to a level 100 Ogre Tyrant car dealer. It's simple actually. Firstly, go over to the settlement. Secondly, repossess the car that was promised to us 3,000 years ago. Thirdly, profit. Oh yeah. We do all of this while selling to the Chinese. You see, it isn't theft if they can't do anything about it. Gandhi. On top of that, with Grimgor dying, it leaves Greece's Wheels for Deals a large margin of making profit. The Greece's Wheels for Deals goes into its golden age, growing our economy from 9,000 gold to a solid 100,000 gold in 20 turns. With the newfound capital, what more could I ask for? And on top of that, I had slowly started to climb my way up to the top, with only a couple of things I need to do before being number 1. Burger had been promoted to upper management mechanic, and we sent him to deal with the local angry lawn gnome. You see, the Chaos Dwarves aren't like regular dwarves. They have a massive height insecurity and compensate with a big hat. Thankfully, by stunting their economic growth by going for their capital and faithfully redistributing the wealth back into my bank account, we have successfully stopped them from creating weapons of mass destruction. However, as I was economically stunting the Chaos Dwarves, I was suddenly brought to the attention that I had caught Grimgor's second army in an underway interception. What happens next can only be described as coughing baby versus atomic bomb. Finishing Grimgor's second army only left the rest of his territory left open to take and sell to the Chinese. With that, Grimgor was dead. I went back to the south where I focused most of my attention, and in an attempt to fight back, the Chaos Dwarves have sent a bundle of makeshift slaves with weapons that are barely tied together. In most situations, the numbers advantage would have been a really bad problem for me. However, yet again, what happens next can only be described as coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb. I was so confident dealing with the Chaos Dwarves that when fighting Drazawat the Ashen, one of the most influential and powerful sorcerers of Ashut, I decided that running at him in a straight line would be a good battle tactic. It wasn't. Nonetheless, I took the Chaos Dwarf settlements and sold them to the British. After securing my borders, I can finally say that Greece's Wheels for Deals has officially been secured. All that's left now is to confirm my number 1 place, and we had done it. We have become the number 1 car dealership in the world. I'd like to thank everyone that helped us on this journey to the top. It was such an amazing and fulfilling... Oh, what's this? Xiaoming, you're back. What's up? You're mad? For what reason? Those cars were very well made. Oh, you found a pile of shit in the trunk? Oh, don't worry about it. I can send one of my workers to with. You found multiple cars with piles of shit in the trunk. You're filing for misconduct. Oh, those cars were up to code. Wait a minute. On what grounds? Wait, hey, who are you talking to? Hey, who is that? What's that? Oh, what's that, Croesus? I should check my contacts menu. What was going on? Oh. Well, what can you do about that?